Welcome back, everybody. It is the Sneaky Leak podcast. I am one of your hosts, Elaina.
I'm your other host, Janelle.
And we have a repeat guest who we absolutely had to bring back on because we just didn't feel like we did him any justice when he was here in the fall. We have Brandon, aka Eazee, here with us again.
How's everyone?
He was getting rushed out by his manager last time.
Man,
No,
it was
there was a lot
honestly,
going on. There was a lot going
it was
on.
a lot because I think this was like right when we started doing the several episodes a week. Henny was in town.
Yeah.
We
Janelle
just came back from Complex Con.
We just came back from Complex Con. We retired. It was the second episode we recorded that day, and it was like 8, almost 9 o'clock at night. Our energy was definitely down, and we have so many good conversations. I mean, all of us. You have so much good insight. I was like really sad. I was like, oh, we just didn't do him any justice, and I felt bad. I was like, we have to bring Eazee back.
But we back.
We back. We are back and better.
As a co-host this time around.
Yes, co-hosting. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
I'm sitting in the beige rage box. Shout out to Henny. But
Shout out Henny.
I got your back.
Yes.
You gonna owe me. You gonna stop roughing me up in these content videos. I know that.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
Sheesh.
She does.
Punching bag.
I feel like we need to bring it back though now because we
No, it
haven't
won't be
in a
me.
while.
It won't, like,
He said, I'm not the one.
I'll oversee it or something. I'll come, I'll cameo, but
We'll recruit Hamp. No.
it's Hamp's turn. It's definitely Hamp's turn.
Hamp's turn.
Happy belated to Hamp too.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy belated to Eazee because also his
belated
birthday
to
just
you.
passed as well.
We
Thank you,
celebrated
thank you.
that last. We'll get into it because you actually went to Toronto for your birthday.
I did. It was a good time. But we'll get to that. We'll get to
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Because before we get started, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms: Instagram, Sneaky Link Pod; YouTube, Sneaky Link Podcast; all of our audio streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Sneaky Link Pod.
And we are on Twitter, y'all.
And we are on Twitter. I'm not calling it X.
I was
We
gonna
are.
say, I was like, y'all just did something new.
We did something
Yeah,
new.
Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Twitter
we
is
had been
a
talking
thing.
about it, and like to be honest, I was never really a Twitter person. I was on there for a little bit, but I'm not super active on there. I pop in every once in a while. Janelle be on there more.
Love it.
And Henny's on there from time to time. But like I will say, on Henny's own personal page, she has a lot of good responses, insight, and has been posting certain things. So I'm like, we told her like take the reins on this one, take over the Twitter. So I mean, we might be on the Twitter every once in a while, but it's gonna be Henny most of the time.
Yes.
But we are on Twitter. She's been posting some stuff. She posted something today too. Oh yeah, about the bricks.
The bricks or the awake. The new pink
Fives.
Awake Fives.
Yeah.
So go ahead and engage on there as well. All my
Yeah, Twitter is
sneaker
a-
Twitter folks.
Sneaker Twitter.
Twitter is a
Sneaky
place.
Link Pod. There you go.
Yay.
What are we wearing this week?
Ooh, easy. Start
Easy.
us
Wanna
off.
start off?
So let's see. I'm gonna start with the shoes, of course. The Grape Fives. If anyone knows my backstory, the Grape Fives is how I kind of started my sneaker journey back in 1990. Yeah, I'm old. But this is the new release. I got them a week early thanks to a special lady. Got them for my birthday. So I got back
Nice.
from Toronto and they were waiting for me. So, I'm wearing them. This is probably the second wear, but
Dang,
this one
already.
They clean.
I wore them for a little local birthday soiree.
Okay.
But yeah, special occasions because it's one of my favorite all time. So just special hanging out with y'all again. So
Yes.
brought them back.
Honored.
Now I'm glad you wore them today. Like honestly, I feel like it's not like I seen them all over the timeline, like when they dropped, but like kind of like people were really like excited to get the Grape Fives. I had seen a few people like really talking about them, so I'm glad you wore them.
No, I love them, and I think the thing we notice with shoes right now is like people really being able to get the shoes that mean something to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
facts.
So it's like some people get mad like stuff is sitting, but I feel like people who want certain things
We'll get them.
are able to get that access.
Yeah.
Or if you wait long enough, they'll be on sale too.
True.
And then pants, it's actually a female brand, local European. Shout
I
out to my
love
homegirl
local
Alex. But she convinced me to buy these cargo camos a while ago. They're very unisex fit. So
Yeah. I have a few of her pants. I
Yeah.
love them.
I wear them way more than, I probably should.
He's ready for the war, y'all.
I am, because
Ready
at
to
this
get
point, every day is it's a different
Lord.
it's a different war. But so shout out to her. And then last, this Kiss Batman collab T-shirt. Batman's my favorite comic franchise of all time, and Joker's my favorite villain. And what Heath did in the movie, I mean, so that's where we are. That's where we are.
Heath Ledger classic.
Hat.
Oh, Kith, New York, Yankees. This is from the I think
Yankees.
Relax,
Crazy.
not too heavy on the Yankees, but yes, I was embarrassed this fall earlier.
The
Dodgers
also
handed
kinda-
that, but yeah.
It's okay. I've been embarrassed of the Dodgers for the last 2 weeks. So.
Hey, we won't get into that. But
Yeah.
this is from one of the World Series they won. This should be the 2000 one. I remember watching this World
patch
Series.
on it? Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally in college watched this World Series, like the game that they won to win it all, like in a room by myself.
Oh,
Because
geez, okay.
there wasn't there's not Yankee fans like that, like, let alone like at my college. I was like, yo, leave me alone.
What made you a Yankees fan over an LA Dodger fan?
First baseball game I ever saw was the Yankees, and I think it was something about the pinstripes and like the navy color.
My first baseball game was Yankees too. I was in New York. Like it was like 2013. I went to a Yankee game before I went to a Dodger game.
Yeah, and so that was the thing. So like I've always been into the Yankees, but like I still cheer for the Dodgers because of what they do energy wise for the city.
Yeah.
Like when they're winning, like everyone
it's
from
crazy.
all pockets of life like comes
man.
together.
Last year
So it's
best.
like, I couldn't be mad that the Dodgers won. It was like I'm happy for everyone, but as a actual Yankee
most.
fan, I was embarrassed. Embarrassed, like
Man, I'm
Sheesh.
Freddie Freeman.
no. And hats off. I'm just
Like-
like I can't be mad, but I'm like, yo, this is embarrassing. Like,
Yeah. He's
All right.
doing the most right now.
What do you got on E?
I'm finally wearing my Kia Customs. She did these beautiful Cortezes. We talked about these a few episodes ago. If you guys don't follow her, we'll drop her out right here. Or Janelle will.
Yeah. Place it in here.
Yeah, she's been doing these custom Cortezes, basically chopping the top off and adding laces, giving like a really nice ballerina aesthetic. We've been seeing the ballerina shoe all over the place. Nike hasn't really, I mean, they
Not
brought the
officially.
soccer, that one, what's that shoe?
The 90 on the side.
Is it? Does that?
Nothing
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. It's like that.
Yeah.
That has like kind of the ballerina shape, but I think these are absolutely gorgeous. They're different. They look really good. I've seen them. A lot of girls posting them. She's done a few different colors now. She has a brown one coming out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the brown is really nice. If you've been like following her,
Oh, shit. I
she
didn't
has
see
been.
that.
So she's
Okay.
been doing more customs like of these. So
Sweet. I gotta
definitely
catch one of them.
Yeah, definitely catch it. Check her out. Love to see a woman doing amazing things. On top of that,
Facts.
she's a Black woman, an artist. I love all her stuff. So yeah, I got those on. It's hot as hell. We're in Los Angeles. It's summertime. Biker short central over here. you know me.
I didn't wear mine. My bad.
Next time.
I'm not prepared for the war today, but tomorrow maybe. And then just a plain white ribbed shirt. I don't know where it's from. It's a little whatever.
A little white tee.
Yeah, a little white tee. Just kept it simple.
Shoes. Yeah.
Kept it simple. Yeah. What do you got on, Janelle?
So I have on some LeBron Zoom Gens. First ones, OGs,
So good.
original box, original insole, dead stock at that. Shout out to Skate.
Still holding up.
Yep, I got them.
They
from-
look really good.
I didn't wear them in because I was scared
Yeah,
that if something
yeah.
were to
And
happen,
it's
given
hot.
that something has happened to Henny's shoes
Lord.
last time. So I was like, let me just wear them when I sit down. But these are my favorite LeBron silhouettes.
Same.
So I'm happy to have it. But this is my second pair I have of this one. The first one I have is actually is already used pair, but this one was dead stock and I love them.
So good.
Levi, I think these are
yeah. It looks,
Uh-oh.
looks like
Hey.
a little Levi patch.
Oh no, these are H&M shorts.
Okay.
Yes, these are H&M shorts.
They look like Levi's.
Right, they do though, yeah. And then my crop top is from I'm Simply B.
Hey.
Shout
She
out
did this.
Bianca.
Well, it wasn't a crop top; it was a regular shirt. I cropped it.
It looks cute cropped.
It's a little collab.
Yeah. You know. I do have all the colors that she's dropped in this. There was a black and a white one, and I think only one of them is not cropped. But yes.
Okay.
Actually, that's all I got on today. So tell us about your birthday. What'd you
Let's
do?
get into it.
Okay, so part one.
Oh shit.
Part one. Well, we'll do part two. 'Cause part two is because I was out of town. So
Yeah.
it was like, oh, what are you doing? So for game 6, I just rounded up, the members, and we hung out at 33 Taps, and we watched OKC get their asses beat. But it's fine because they won yesterday.
They won.
So
went into
everyone
game
that-
7.
Everyone that told me OKC did not have a shot, you're very silent in these group chats.
Oh shit.
Everything's fine.
I'm sure everyone's group chat's going up.
But yeah, so that was that. It was good just to see like Elaina pulled up.
I did pull up for a minute.
Just different friends from different walks of life.
Boba
popping
was
in,
there.
hanging out. Yeah,
She
Boba
was there?
Boba,
at the
Boba
party.
snuck
Oh
in.
my God.
Went off on someone
not
and
surprised.
raised some eyebrows, but we got through it. But yeah, so for I guess we call it part one. My actual birthday weekend, I went to Toronto.
Cool. First time there?
No, it's like my 3rd or 4th now. But I hadn't been since before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun. It was like a birthday trip. Shout out to Tony. We share the same birthday, 6/13. And then my nephew, it was like his graduation gift because he's starting high school.
Oh, nice.
So it was like a Father's Day,
Birthday, graduation.
Okay.
It was just a celebration.
We were all there for a few
that.
different celebrations. So it was 4 of us. So like my best friend, his son, and then me and Tony. And then, the highlight of the trip would be going to see the good man K-Dot perform in Toronto. So
Legendary.
yeah, no, it was crazy. Like the energy out there was amazing. Like, you get all the optics and everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh, are you going to be okay? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, yo, man, like this city's so full of love. Like,
I mean,
beautiful views,
Canadians are stereotypically nice.
Yeah.
no, right. But it's also like, it's one of those fans are fans no matter
Yeah.
what. And I think a lot of times on the internet, everyone just wants you to have blind loyalty to a degree.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
To a brand, to a rapper, to an
Yeah.
artist. And it's like, yeah, they're having their little issues, but like
know.
to expect a whole city to not come
Show
out
up,
or to think that they'd show up to a stadium to boo an artist like after you just paid money for that.
Yeah.
And so it was cool. Like it was crazy. I was telling people like just, of course it sounds crazy when you think of why
Yeah.
you're there, but like I'm going through customs and everyone customs are so stoic when you first get there and it's like, oh, what are you doing here? And you tell them, it's like, oh, are you gonna like see anything or do anything in particular? I'm like, well, I'm going to a concert. They're like, the Kendrick concert? And it's like, yo, it's like they light up and it's like, yo, like the one dude's like, yo, he's going to the Kendrick concert.
He's doing it.
But like not even from a standpoint of like, oh, yo, like it's gonna be an issue. It's just like, yo, this is gonna
shit,
be
he's
fun.
going,
Like
yeah.
that, so like we went to so he did 2 nights. The first night we were there, I went to New Ho King, which if you listen to the lyrics of Euphoria, Chinese food restaurant, stay open late. I went there, had the fried rice with the dip sauce and anyway.
Was it good? I'm like, tell me about the food.
Yes.
I'm like, the fried rice, the dip.
The fried rice is fire. We did it was like I was sitting with my homies from Toronto, so they got like plates
Yeah.
full of everything. There's a shrimp dish they have. It's a picture on my Instagram. I forget what it is, but that shrimp, I think it's like the black pepper shrimp or something. Fire. They ended up singing me happy birthday in the middle of the restaurant, which is crazy.
Oh, you think
and
you're
then,
too old for that now?
no, but it was just like they had mentioned to the staff, like my boy was like, nah, give this shot to him. It's his birthday. Like he just landed earlier today. Like he's in town. And they're like, okay. And the next thing you know, like the staff comes back to the table and they're like, happy birthday. And I'm like, yo, thanks. But like outside of that, it was crazy because it felt like an unofficial Kendrick after party.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you saw the videos going around the internet. Like they were in the restaurant rapping bar for bar.
Oh, shit.
seen
Not
that.
like
Holy
us,
shit.
Euphoria.
Do you have videos?
Not in
Okay, I'm
like
gonna have to
I'll
look
find
it
it
up.
like on the internet.
Yeah.
But I didn't take any videos that night of that. But like it was just crazy to watch. And even when I walked up, there were like people from LA that were
I
there.
love
so, like,
that.
I'm walking up to meet like some of my homies from Toronto, and I knew one of my boys from LA was there. And I'm walking up, and all of a sudden, Eazee. I'm like, yo,
Easy.
who's yelling my name out in the middle of Toronto? Like I haven't even really told anybody I'm here yet, so it was fun. And then like just having that local energy there, and
Yeah.
then people seeing people from home, that was great. But like all
That
the
was a
Toronto people were
concert.
showing love too.
Yeah.
So then the next night we go to the concert. We were like in the 200 section, good seats, whatever. We're sitting there, and then my boy Cal Maddox, shout out to you. He directed.
I don't know you, but
Squabble Up.
shout out you.
Shout out
He
you.
I know
directed
that
Squabble
name.
Up. He directed the House Party and White Men Can't Jump reboots.
He's an amazing.
I just gave you a real name, but I've known
We
Calmatic.
can bleep it out.
Yeah, I've known him for some time. Met him like back in the blog era. He was rapping, design, then he kind of got into like the video space and did a lot of like Janae's early videos, Kendrick's videos. So like he's done Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
Amazing dude.
okay.
But like,
I think that's how Nat knows him. Okay, because Nat, like off bat when Squabble Up dropped, she was like talking about Calmatic, and like because the NFL stuff she was involved in.
yeah,
Okay,
so
there we
he's
go.
very like his roots in that are very deep, and he's been kind of on the road with them for different shows. So he had me come down. We did like a little interview, and then I run into my other boys down there, and they like grew up with Dot, and they're like, "Didn't you have other people with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "All right, let's go get them." So we go up, and I'm like, "Hey, come here," and my nephew's looking at me like, first of all, where'd you go?
Yeah.
And second of all, where are we going? I was like, do you want to go to the floor or do you want to stay here?
Right.
And he like looks at his dad. He like looks at Tony and he's like, I guess we can go to the floor. So we got him down on the floor. He got to see Kendrick like up close and personal.
Cool. Did he bring out anybody?
No, not
Did
in.
SZA?
No,
Oh no,
I
I
love
got brought
that.
out.
no,
Okay.
they actually.
And
yeah,
that was their last
and I
show
was
for the
like,
tour.
No, they actually, I think they did 2 or 3
Oh,
cities
okay,
after
okay.
that. But they did back-to-back nights in Toronto. So no, it was just crazy. And then I had turned my head, but I guess Kendrick had pointed at me. And my nephew saw it, and he's like, my best friend, I was with him last night. He's like, yo, your nephew is still on a high.
Yeah. Like Kendrick
He's like-
pointed at him.
Yeah.
My uncle was so cool.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely one of them, but it was crazy because like just talking to my boys, they were like, Dot had heard there were people in LA there.
Yeah.
But like to actually see them was like,
So
yeah, and like
yo.
not knowing, like, yo, easy enough. But also like you're in the middle of a stage.
Yeah.
So it's just like it was real like, and
It's always good to see
back into
familiar
it.
faces.
Yeah, I
So
can
that
imagine.
was dope. So that was definitely like, I'd say top 3 birthday moment.
Yeah.
Definitely top 3
Love
birthday.
that.
And just
And there
everything
was-
like fell into place.
There was a clip of you on Complex of you guys dancing.
Oh wait, what? I didn't
think-
see that.
You didn't see it? Oh my God! He's on Complex
Yeah, I think-
dancing at the Kendrick show.
I think it's a stunt double of mine. Or
No,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Leah sent it.
I got tagged early,
send
like
there.
later that night. I guess it popped up on
You're
No
putting this
Jumper
in
or
there.
Academics, and
Yeah.
I don't subscribe or try to give any viewership to any of those platforms. So it was just like I saw the thumbnail and I was like, I don't know, maybe, but it was very ironic to see it pop up on Complex, considering my history.
Was it this one? No.
Nah, the next one.
were they?
Yeah.
These ones. Look at there's Easy right there.
It was.
Boys, look at this
Yeah.
shit. Right in front of the stage too. Like so fucking lit.
So,
Y'all got
but yeah,
space.
so
That's
shout
what
out-
I'm saying. I fucking wish I was on the floor.
Shout out
my
Here, I'm gonna
to
send
my
God.
boy Jay West.
Yeah, send it to us.
Like he's known Dot for years. I've known
Is that
him
your
for
nephew in the
years.
back with the hair?
Not gonna say, but gotta protect.
I love it. It
But,
looked like such a good
funny.
time.
Yeah, like I mean, Jay's been we hoop together. I've known him for years. We know a lot of mutuals. He's been on if you've seen the platform Certified Walks, he's been on there a number of times.
Okay.
So that was his show. I just
You were a background dancer.
I had to just give a little bit of the local energy, but I'm old, so these knees don't work the way they used to.
Ooh,
So,
I feel that this
you know.
this half marathon took my knees out.
Listen, I just ran that. We'll get into, but like
Oh, you
the
did.
Juneteenth.
Oh,
and I
you
have-
did Butta's run?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't run like it was only 3 miles, right? And I say that just like in comparison to what
To what they
Elena just ran.
Yeah.
Like,
Me
what
right
they-
now to run 3 miles, I'd be like, oh God.
but like right before the pandemic, I was running with Butter like twice a week.
Yeah.
So like 3 miles was like nothing. So I'm just like, this will be fine. Like I play ball all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm good.
Totally different.
Like my stamina and wind was fine. But when I got to like mile 2.5, my thighs were like, yo, what are you doing?
You're going past your limit right now.
You got to get through it. You got to get through it. And so like,
Half a mile to go.
but shout out to that. It was a great event. And
Yeah.
then like random, the energy was right. But
Love that.
as I came around the last bend, like I had a playlist on shuffle and like Nip Victory Lap came on.
Oh,
and I was like,
talk about timing.
yo,
That's
I was like,
crazy.
you gotta, and then like the last stretch, like we're literally coming up Crenshaw towards Slauson. So I was
That's
just like,
wild.
all right. So I mean that, I'd say this week, birthday week in a sense, has been very like the energy and people I've been able to be around for key moments has been great. So
That's nice. I'm glad you
Yeah.
had a really good birthday.
Yeah,
week.
that was honestly, I really loved that. But it did the Juneteenth.
Oh, the
thing.
Yeah,
run.
this is
Yeah,
his
keep
fourth
it
year.
100. Shout out to Keep It 100.
Yeah.
Run 100.
Keep it
Yeah.
100.
Jesus.
It was
this-
all over Nike that morning too. Nike LA.
yeah, this is his fourth or fifth Juneteenth run. I think it's
Oh,
it
cool.
might be the fifth, but I think this is the fourth with Nike.
Honestly,
Oh, okay.
if I could wake up early, I would have went. But like, I would have had to been up at like 6:30 so I can leave because it's in like
Make
Culver.
it.
What was it,
Yeah.
Culver City or?
No, this is they did this right in the Crenshaw district.
Oh, see,
Oh,
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, right over there,
But,
and
yeah.
it's still like a 30-minute drive for me. That's why I was like, it's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, I did it especially too because I missed it last year. Like I was late, so I came like cheer people on,
Next
and
year
they're
I'm
all
doing
looking
it.
at me like, "What?" I was like, "I got y'all next year." Like it was like contacts I had from Nike. They were there, and they're like,
Did your brother
Okay.
do it?
"Nah, he like he was working, but he always ends up running in the middle of these
Anyways,
things."
yeah.
But it's like his
'Cause he's a runner.
yeah, I'm like his natural. Like,
He's a runner.
Even like for the half.
Yeah,
like he was like,
didn't they
I gotta
give him a
get.
bib?
Yeah, like he was like, I gotta do like the checkpoint
Yeah.
or whatever. So they gave him a bib so he
So
could
he could be on
access
the court.
And next time he was like, "Yo, I'll be right back." And he comes back and he's like sweating. He's like, I was like, "Where'd you go?" He's like, "Well, I had to go here. I had to go there." I'm like, so
running
you ran
around.
like a random like 6 miles just for the last. He's like, "Yeah, but like all the homies were here." And so it's like, but
that's funny.
so I just wanted to keep my word and run
Yeah.
this Juneteenth run, but I was like, oh.
That's funny. But okay, but at this, I don't know, I'm going to transition this.
Yes, sorry.
But I actually ended up
Oh,
playing the
yeah.
celebrity game with
he
Mookie
did.
Betts. And you were at the same Dodger game. So
I was, and I saw
talk
about it.
about
And I
it.
was like,
Butt of the
"What are
baddie.
you doing here?"
Like,
What?
the
It was
thighs were out.
Yeah, that's-
But let me
in
tell you,
the morning.
I
and then,
only went to the celebrity game.
Oh,
Well,
we
one,
know.
okay, so going, I was already going because
There we go.
I saw the jersey and I was like, "Ooh, I really want to get it." And my mom was like,
Sure.
"Oh, let's go for Father's Day, whatever." I was like, "Okay, cool." I had no idea about the celebrity game at all.
Yeah.
And then I found out about it, and then I found out my man was gonna be there. Okay, and I was like, "Oh, I have to go early." This is the earliest I've ever gone to a Dodger game
Yeah.
before. Oh my god! Ready. My man Dom Kennedy was there.
I know.
was he looking good per
He was
usual?
looking good. Oh,
I saw he
was
did,
looking
like, this
good. And you can
really-
just tell by the way he walks. I was like, "Ooh,
Okay.
I know that's him.
Oh.
I know that's him." And he caught the game-winning catch.
Oh, cutie.
I was gonna say, I was like, I know he got a really
I was like,
crucial
"Oh
highlight.
my god!"
I didn't even catch that. I
love that.
He
was
went, like, over
boycotting
the fence
Dodgers last
or
week.
something.
He went over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
but Dom
shit.
played baseball.
I love
That's the thing.
yeah.
And
it's
I saw Chip there too.
Yeah. Chip the
As,
Great.
like the ball boys or whatever.
Yeah.
But-
Lil Wayne played.
Little Wayne played.
Who else did they have out there? I see
Matt
Lizzo.
Barnes,
threw- she didn't play, but she
Lizzo
threw the first
threw-
pitch
Do the first pitch
for the actual Dodger game when that started.
My homie Cleo played.
Yeah, it was. I think that was. I
Yeah, he
love
was.
that
I did-
Mookie.
I
I
did
love
see
that
him out
Mookie
there.
did that.
Cleo was
Who
out
else
there.
was there?
It was a good list of people.
Eazee Check.
is it
Eazee Check?
Check? How do you
he
say?
was
Okay.
there. I love that man.
I like.
I follow him on TikTok now. He is so cool.
Yeah.
I want to meet him in person. Like, come on the pod.
Come on the pod.
Oh my god! Following his journey, getting on to
Would love. Would love that.
Getting to the Kendrick concert. Like, I was following all of that. I was like, oh,
Uh huh.
he's so humble and so nice. Like,
Yeah.
I like
Really cool.
him.
I do too.
He's so cool.
Really-
I do too, and I've been
really
I've been
making some
listening
good
to
moves.
his music for a little minute now. I be fucking with it. I'm like,
I like him
ooh,
as a person.
yeah.
I've been familiar, but like I'd say the last 6 to 8 months I've kind of been watching
yeah,
more of like just
Yeah.
like his
Me too.
like his growth, his trajectory, like
yeah.
the different moves he's been making. So yeah, I
Love
think he's
that.
gonna have a
he's
once
gonna-
his next album comes out. I think he's
He's
gonna
gonna do good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
gonna pop up in the
sure.
city
He
some
has
more.
a good sound and like flow. I fuck with him. So
But Dom Kennedy was there, so that's all that matters. After that, though, I did go to a like Sinners Juneteenth get together party, juke joints,
over
hosted
the
by
internets.
the homie Juju, Straw Hat Goofy, and it was a vibe. It
Very
was a nice
cute.
time, just hanging out with my homies, and we dressed up to the tees. It was really
honestly,
nice.
Sinners
It was
is so
cool.
fucking good. I love it.
It is a really
I
good.
saw it so late, But
I did too.
I
but
think
it's
I've seen
okay.
it probably
I
like
saw
2
it.
weeks after it came out, and then I had went and seen it again, and I would see it again if like
I want to see it in
70.
70.
Yeah, I've seen it both
I didn't get to
times.
see it.
I
in
didn't get to
70.
do that, but I definitely
I seen it at Vista in 70 millimeter. It was I love that was my first time at I think it is Vista in Hollywood. It's such a cute fucking theater. I love it. I love the old school vibes. I love that they show older movies. I love the previews. Like I thought the whole vibe was cute and like it was so big. It every view was really good. It wasn't like even if you were up close, it was still a good view.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and then I went and seen it with my homegirl and IMAX 70 millimeter, which was really good.
I think I just saw it in a regular.
Yeah, so definitely worth checking out.
It will be streaming though on July 4th, coincidentally.
I heard.
That's a little funny, but
Yeah, I wanted to make sure to see it in a theater before because it was getting
Yeah,
so late where I'm
same,
like, okay, I
same.
know it's gonna come to streaming,
Yeah.
but I
Like,
and I wanted
need
to
to see
support
it.
it too, like
Yeah.
actually pay and go. So
Yeah, I think it's really cool because Ryan Coolidge, like he, it was meant to be seen in like 70 millimeter, and it gave it like that old look, like of like that type of film.
Yeah.
To give, I felt like it
As
gave
if it was
more of the film,
Yeah.
like
like add it to the character.
Yeah,
of
thank
it.
you. Add it to the character. But so mine's not too much of a catch up. I went to Scam and Jam Saturday. I hadn't been to Scam in a minute. It felt like it was a good one. It was they were celebrating Tupac this past week since it was his birthday last week. Shout
Gemini
out
shit.
Pac. Love him to death. Love him down. So it was a good time. They had all the Pac jams, but it was so funny because in light of everything going on within Los Angeles and our country, they had a Trump pinata and an ice pinata.
oh my god, did they? Oh, that's funny.
I have to show you the video. You're gonna die.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, this is how it
chunk.
started.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know, like
Did they actually break it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So wait.
Was there stuff inside of it?
No, there wasn't. So they throw the Trump pinata
Is there
into the
stuff inside
crowd.
the real person?
Watch, they throw into the crowd. These fools start beating it up and stomping it out. Like I zoom in on it. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. So they're playing FTD. Look at it. And then watch these fools literally start stomping it out.
Yeah.
And then they brought out an ice one.
Oh my god.
And like same thing. But it's so funny in the end because you see like Alyssa run up right before they throw it out and sock it so hard.
Like, where did she come from?
She meant it.
It was honestly so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
that
not,
was good.
not to condone violence, but
But-
I feel like
in
that
this
there's
case.
a lot of emotions out right now with everything going on in the world, and a little lightheartedness was kind of nice. And then on Friday, shout out Nat for inviting me and the girls. We went to go see Tidra Moses, and it was such a good fucking show. It was so good. It was at the El Rey Theater where we went and watched the podcast thing.
Yeah.
But it was so good. Like her voice is still amazing. Her stage presence, performance. She did a lot of. I think it was like the 20-year anniversary of her album. It was so good. I ran into Lauren Levi and Shari. Yeah, I ran into Lauren there and Shari. Got to see them and
Shout outs to them.
It was
I
a
was
good
jealous.
show.
I was jealous.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it, but I was like, I love Tidra. I love that album.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm not even gonna front like I was listening to the album 20 years ago. I definitely wasn't. So I only knew like a few songs. Obviously, everyone knows "Be Your Girl," but I was like, oh, I need to go run this
Backstroke,
whole
still one of my
album.
all-time favorites.
Her voice was amazing. I knew like a few songs, but yeah, it was definitely a good show. So happy I got to go. Yeah, that was really my week. Honestly, not too much. No pickups. I was gonna say. I see
didn't
Eazee
pick
picked
up
these up.
I didn't pick up anything. Oh, I didn't pick up anything, but I went to
I was just about to say.
the JD Sports store in the new one in Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
They're like actually the only store over there.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
At the Hollywood thing.
Yeah,
right? Hollywood
yeah.
Park. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
In that little like, I forget,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like
Really nice store.
It is.
I'm gonna
It is.
post it here, but there's like tons of stuff sitting right now, and even stuff sitting on sale. Like the grapes were there, the new loves that randomly like popped up out of nowhere.
right, like here.
Was there too. The UNC ones, some other GR ones too. So like if anyone's looking for shit, like they're there. They're out
Yeah.
there.
Just go.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah,
like,
I got
go
to
outside.
that too.
That really be the thing.
Made a little bag charm, and you could have also customized like some shoes as well.
Did they do the jersey thing?
I did get a jersey. Yeah,
Did
I didn't
they give it to you
customize the
there?
jersey.
Did they
Yeah,
se-
I sent it
Oh.
there.
I thought he was sending it to us.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay.
it just got there too late, and I was like, oh well, I was going anyway, so I just got it
Okay,
there,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
But shout out to the JD Sports fam for that. I missed Trey though.
Oh, he was there?
He was there, and I missed
Okay.
him. And they did a showing at the Cosm
yeah.
for the soccer game that was playing.
Oh,
but my
okay.
head was hurting too much, so I just kind of went home. But I really wanted to check it out because I know that like I've seen videos
Yeah.
of that place, and I
Oh,
really
is it?
Yeah, I've been
want to
wanting to
like
go to
watch.
Cosm.
I really want to watch a football game.
But it's only
there.
good if you get the seats in the thing. Because if
Yeah.
you get them inside, you can't see shit.
Oh,
So
okay,
like,
okay,
make sure you
okay.
get the seats like in the front to watch the game.
Okay, perfect.
But you know what they're showing there that I want to go watch is The Matrix, and they have this whole thing.
Whoa, are you serious?
that'll
It's
be
like
cool.
it looks like a whole thing. It
Oh,
looks really
that sounds
cool.
trippy to watch there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I was like, oh, this would be
damn.
kind of
I
dope.
haven't been at all, but there's things that like I'm like I would love to go see.
Yes,
there.
yes.
But that is the thing I've been told, like, yo, if you're gonna do it, make sure
Do
you
it your-
get.
Yeah,
like, looking like
because
the
I haven't been
dome
either.
and
Okay,
that,
okay,
you know.
cool.
Or
Okay, cool.
besides that, you're just paying to sit and watch.
Yeah,
TV.
like at the bar.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
So-
got it. Because there was a Steelers game last year that I wanted to go see, and I remember the seats below were like $100-something or whatever, but then like I guess the bar seats were like only $20. So I was like, what's the difference?
Yeah, because you can't
can't
really
really-
see
Yeah,
the
you can't really tell
game.
The
difference,
experience would be
but, like,
way,
yeah, but
way
okay.
different.
Noted. Let's get into some news then.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
You lead us off because I fell asleep yesterday during the game. But OKC
I'm not watching. So
won.
you tell me.
I mean, yes, OKC won. Game 7. I forget when's the last time
Who
they
they
had a
play?
Game 7 in the NBA
Pacers.
Finals. The Pacers. No, I liked it. It was a good series because I like basketball. A lot of
Yeah.
people were upset because it wasn't like these big market teams. Like,
Yeah.
everyone
So
wanted
I'm
to
with
see like the
Pacers.
Knicks. Of course,
Yeah.
everyone wants to
Wow.
see like the Lakers. But I mean, like for the Pacers, I think they had a great run. I think a lot of people will understand that they're actually a good team. Tyrese like stole the show for the Eastern Conference playoffs. And then I think right now he's Puma's only male signature athlete.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw a picture the other day of Kyle Kuzma. He's definitely wearing Kobe's.
Oh.
Well, no, LaMelo's still, he
Oh,
has his
yeah,
signature
yeah.
shoe. But, I mean, Tyrese is the newest, so he kind of debuted his shoe in the playoffs. And just his story kind of has people like a little more.
What's his story? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's kind
Fill us in.
of come out of nowhere. You had, just because of who they are, they were supposed to lose to pretty much every team they played.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's like a Cinderella
yeah,
story.
no, definitely
Okay.
like Cinderella.
Underdog.
Yeah.
Shit.
And like every time they needed something, he did something crazy.
Oh, I love
And it
that.
was like he hit a big shot against the Knicks and then like reenacted the whole Reggie Miller thing.
I did.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
Reggie Miller was at the
Yeah.
game. So
Okay,
like you were getting a lot of
okay.
those like 90s theatrics. So I
Yeah.
think for a lot of like old heads, like the nostalgia of like those playoffs were back. They beat forget who else they beat. Then they get to the finals. Everyone's like, there's no way they can go to the finals. Yeah, I mean, they beat the Knicks. Everybody's like, nah.
Yeah.
After the Knicks beat Boston, everyone's like, oh, the Knicks got it. And it's like, no. they
Yeah, that
don't.
was crazy.
Yeah. So, and then, sadly, yesterday, first quarter, he tore his Achilles.
That was crazy.
Oh.
It's been everyone's been talking about my timeline. I've seen the conversation of like everyone's talking about it's the shoes. There's no
my
ankle
God,
support in the
poor
basketball shoes these days.
Yeah, Cameron said that, and like literally before we started this, KD, I guess, responded. So, because KD had, like, me and Tony were talking about it, like when we saw what happened with Tyrese, and he had the calf strain, and they were like, oh, he's gonna play Game 6, and he played well. Moved it to Game 7, and then Game 7 he blows it out. And we're like, this just reminds me. We said it was like he's gonna blow his Achilles like KD did. And like literally when it happened, like I had like 4 group chats all go off at the same time, and like everyone's like, it just reminds me of KD. So going back to KD posted a photo of when it happened to him. He has on high tops,
Yeah.
and he's just he's like
it's
literally
not the
like
shoes,
he's like
yeah.
literally sit this one out. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Cameron shouldn't be telling us,
Especially
how.
Cameron, you don't even play.
Yeah,
You're-
I mean,
you're
man's ain't played in a minute, but it's like one of those. Your body's gonna let you know,
Yeah.
and like even for me, like I'm older now, so like if certain stuff starts feeling funny, I'm like, no, guys,
Sit down.
I'm gonna go sit down. So like a lot of times when they say there's a calf strain, it's usually something might be
Something
wrong with your
falling.
Yeah.
knee. So now this is bothering
Something's
you. And
pulling
if you
from
put too
some
much
direction.
pressure on this, then, you know, that goes. So it's like,
Damn, that
we seen it
sucks.
with Kobe. The sad part is like it's happened. I think this is the most we've seen Achilles injuries in one postseason.
That's what I had read too. So that's why people were coming out with
Yeah.
all these speculations of like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy leftists be like, it's from the vaccines.
Jesus.
I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. I was like, are you seriously blaming the Achilles
Right.
epidemic on the vaccines?
I mean, people just need something to point at.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
People want
always
something
it.
like they want reason and blame.
But
Like,
yeah, but it was crazy because it's like it happened to Dame Lillard first round, and then Tatum second round, and then last night with
What's
Halliburton. The crazy thing, me and my boys talking, was like all three players wear the number 0.
Whoa.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, conspiracy shit.
No, I mean like not even,
Whoa,
but it was
that's
just
crazy.
like
Yeah, but
crazy to
it's just
see that. It's just
odd.
like
Yeah.
all three of them, but yeah, but
Who is,
it was a good finals.
who's
Like
OKC playing now?
they're done. They're the
that was
champs.
it. That was the
that's it.
finals. They
That
are
was it.
the
I was like, that was the finals.
They're the
They're
champions.
the champs.
They're the champs. That was it.
Shay.
Yay sports.
Yeah, right. Yay sports moment number 1. But yeah, and then when it was over,
Who's next?
you know, Shay threw his
now.
his golden
Yeah,
Converse
the golden
sneaker
Converse.
over,
I heard
over
that.
his over his shoulder, so he kind of
Let me
got
see if
to
there's-
debut that.
Yeah.
Funny.
So I mean, even if you haven't been watching the playoffs, like from a shoe standpoint, it's been very interesting watching like the shoe wars.
Definitely haven't. But
Yeah.
Based
that
on like
happened.
like when OKC beat.
Right here. See is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like when OKC beat the Timberwolves, Converse put out the commercial with like the crushing the ant. or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I think when the Pacers beat the Knicks, that's when like Puma went full fledged into like, because they had said that Tyrese was like overrated. So I think like Puma printed up shirts like overrated this or whatever.
Ooh.
So it's like there's been a lot of those
Back and
things.
forth. Ooh, okay.
I love it. I love it.
So you get a lot of the little proxy wars
Yeah.
like going on in the playoffs. And I
Marketing
think people were
wars.
kind of locked into that too because we haven't seen
That
the
in a
brands
while.
like literally go at each other. Where like even like last season you had a lot of like I think Ant and like Jordan Brand are going back and forth between Tatum and Ant. So
Yeah.
it's like seeing that just gives a little more energy to it.
It makes it fun.
Yeah, and especially with the like right now everyone's trying to figure out who these younger players are that's gonna like
finding their personalities
succeed
and stuff.
all that. Yeah. So it's kind of giving them some visibility and people like, oh okay, I can get into him or like we can check that out. So yeah, so now it's for basketball. It's WNBA.
Yes. I
What
know,
else
I need to go
is
to another
coming up?
game.
Oh yeah, another Sparks
Oh
game.
well,
on the way.
speaking of WNBA, Paige Becker was in the new
Shout out to
Nike
Paige.
Levi's
Yeah, the
campaign.
Nike campaign.
So was Daniel, Kids Immigrant.
Yeah,
Shout out
so
to
I didn't
you.
even notice that. I didn't even notice it, and then you said it when you came over. Actually,
Getting this
I
model
think I
on.
Cute.
saved it. Let me go.
This jacket, I want parts.
Oh,
That
then
jacket
I
is
need it.
So freaking
I need it.
clean. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I like the fits. I
But the
don't know-
commercial's nice.
Yeah, I don't know if
It's
I can
funny.
pull them off personally.
Together
Just like
or just in the shoe or the fit
any
or
of
the
it.
apparel.
Because I wouldn't say that
love
this is. I'm
the
saying like, I
apparel.
don't think any of it's like stuff you normally see me in.
Yeah.
That
So
is
so, but like
true.
I do like all the pieces I've seen so far.
Yeah,
So if you see me acting a little different,
that's okay.
you know.
No.
No, I'm not. It's not that I don't like the shoe. It's not like something that I want or need. But I like the jacket and
The
pants.
yes.
Like
Are there more swooshes on the pants? I wonder.
I'm not sure. And honestly, if there's
there
not, that's
plenty?
fine with
I
me.
kind of like it if it's subtle, like just a little swoosh on the patch.
Like if you know,
Yeah.
you
And leave it like I
know.
don't want my Levi's looking like Nike denim tears.
You know what'd be
I don't.
really cute though?
I don't want it.
You know what? Because when you go to Levi's stores, they have the customizations in the Levi's stores where you can add things. Nike should add customization pieces in these stores while this drops and have people be able to like,
Laces or whatever.
to add it to their jeans or
Stitch some
something.
stuff onto it.
I wouldn't
love
doubt
that.
it.
That'd be
Like,
cute.
'cause I also feel like Nike loves customization.
They do.
They do. They
So-
love
They
a
definitely
customization.
do.
Something.
So you know,
I think
we'll
that
probably
would be-
see it, but I think it would make the most sense for this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for this, for
exactly.
exactly
Or like
this.
even if it's the same thing we see, I think for this gives it a different energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on something denim. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice. Yeah,
I
really
love
this
me a
jacket.
denim jacket.
You know,
I know a denim jacket
hate
hates to
to
see me coming.
Of the three,
That
if you
is
had to
true.
pick, which one?
White.
I mean, you're not
You know
wrong.
what's crazy?
You already know how I feel
Is
about
when they did the
black
Levi
shoes.
4s,
Right.
I had the white.
I wanted the white.
And I kept them dead stock. I ended up selling them. I ended up trading them for something else because I just never wore them. But I wish I would have kept them and like dyed them and customized them. Why he wants your attention?
I can see people dying.
I did see a few people, and they were really cute. And I think I seen Shar. I think Kachi's like, did she? I swear she dyed her pair or something. But I could be wrong.
Oh, I don't know.
But I'm the black. I'm like whatever about.
I like
But that blue denim. I
like the white, but like I think I would want the 4s first before.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
okay.
if I could see myself
I would
with
probably-
with the blue 95 because they just remind me of like
You know what?
some other old school.
They remind me of
95s.
do you remember those blue, the corduroy, the Shawns, the samples? That's what that looks like from the side. Because that
the
blue.
darker
So like
Yes.
I could see that, and I think the like the pick.
Loud.
Not your watch telling me we're loud.
I think the pick that Daniel's in, there's like a pair of shorts that I think he's wearing with the blue ones.
Oh, okay.
Is that,
and I'm
is that
like-
flannel part of it too?
And I'm like okay, it's kind of cool.
right.
It's really
I wonder
cute.
if I see the shorts.
Oh,
These
yeah.
No, it's like they're like a stripe pair. No, actually, that might be it. Those might
Turn
be
my
it.
brightness up.
But yeah, if
Like a
it's
light.
not on this, I'll find it.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
send
yeah,
it to us because I want to
yeah.
see it. But talking about 95, we're keeping the 95 going, still going. But Eric Costin debuted his 95 SBs, and I fucking love these. And
What's on the toe?
And it says Nike in Thailand, where he was born,
Fire.
or in Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know what the
No.
Yeah.
what in Thai. Excuse me, in Thai.
Yeah.
But I like
that's
those
really
kind of like
cool.
notes.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
when-
Look at
like-
Costin.
Wow, I love
Yeah,
the
the-
materials on them.
I'm obsessed with these. I'm obsessed. I need all parts. I need these.
No, I like those little like subtle nods
Yeah.
to certain stuff. It's like, yo, what's this on the front? And then I think that's like one of those parts of storytelling that doesn't get talked about.
Yeah.
Like everyone talks about like the reel that came out, but
Yeah.
like sometimes it's like it's just the little stuff on the product.
This is definitely a collector's piece.
It
for
is
sure.
I really
if you're
like
an SB
these.
head or an Air Max head.
So the thing is though, because we're still getting that dirty cactus or whatever that purplish one that was an SB, right?
Those I really want.
Yeah. So how many are we only getting? Two SBs,
SBs?
or is there like is there more
SB
95 SBs to come?
I don't know.
Because I thought it was just going to be the one, and then now we're seeing these.
I think there's going to be more. I believe there's going to be more. There's no way there's just going to be these two. Either he's going to get another one, or we're just going to see another colorway, kind of like the 4s.
Yeah, but I really like these.
I really like these twos. Are nice. Any more 95 news? No.
No more
Okay.
95 news. I mean,
Oh, but we did see another colorway of those loafers.
the loafers,
Yeah, it's like a,
which
a purple,
Oh wait, no, not this one. This one.
purple pinkish.
This
pair.
one looks way better than that all black one. This one's still like a little futuristic. I know the fashion girlies and the fashion people are gonna pull this off, but like
It's that black soul, man.
It's like-
I
it's-
don't like
it's very
it, but I
bold.
love the purple. The purple is so nice and so cute, and it's a woman's shoe too. You know, but that doesn't always.
it's cute. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. This looks way better than the all
Oh,
black.
pair, yeah, I
But
agree.
I feel like because of the bottom and it's like there's still, I don't know. It's still.
I
it's-
don't mind it.
I don't mind
the
it.
sole, but I just don't like the color.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just a personal preference. Y'all know I don't like black shoes, black soles. So
I don't think I like the sole. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just don't think I like the sole on these.
There's only
Like, I
a
feel like
couple.
Yeah.
it's.
Very.
I understand like the fusion of like the loafer with like this Air Max esque bottom, but it's also like I want a real loafer. Like,
what
give me-
other? Oh, okay.
I don't
okay,
know.
okay.
That's
I was
what
gonna say,
give me
what
a
other
different
sole
sole.
would you-
Yeah, I
okay,
don't know
okay.
what sole I would want, but
I can't get into the
just
sneaker
different.
loafer.
yeah.
overall.
But who?
Well,
I
you don't
just-
like the New Balance?
But look at these ones. New Balance. This was just a few
Oh, those
hours
are kinda
ago. The
cute.
New Balance 1906 loafer approaches a tech runner, and I like these. I like that this sole is sneaker, but also gives like comfy. It's not super thick in a sense.
Those are my
are the
favorites
only
in the
loafers they've
background.
done 1906s?
I am actually not sure. They look
I
like
wonder-
it because
yeah,
the
they
last
do.
silver ones. So I'm not sure. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I love
Did
the
they just take
1906s.
that shoe and make it a loafer? Right?
Possibly. It does
Okay,
have, I
because
think-
Yeah.
Nike made a whole new shoe
Made like a whole
to
new
make a loafer.
Yes, and I think that's what it
take
is.
a regular silhouette and then
Yeah.
just chop it off and make a loafer.
Because even like I like the Margiela, the Solomons that I have with the they just cut the heel off. Do that to a shoe, Nike.
Yeah.
Just cut, which I know they have, and I know some people are gonna hate it, but like, give me that.
I like some of the designs, but I just can't wear it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get it. And I
like
also
that
don't
too.
like. I mean, Elaina and I were talking about it right before you got here. It's like I hate that they're all doing it.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact, like I understand from a business standpoint.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to,
They wanna
like,
hop on
You
the
gotta
same
compete,
trends,
and
yeah.
you gotta have your option, kind of thing. But I also miss like when certain brands, like you knew them for this, and that was that. Like, okay, I want.
Yeah.
I go to Reebok because I was getting Reebok Classics, and then I went to like Nike for all the
to
basketball
get something
stuff.
different. Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
New Balance for this, where now
they're
it's
all-
like as
Everyone
soon as
dropping
one
the
gets
same
it,
type of shoe.
We're all doing dad shoes. Okay,
Yes. Like
now we're all doing loafers.
Yeah.
ballerina shoes.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
had a goddamn
Yeah.
ballerina
It's
ballet
like-
shoe, whatever type.
I agree,
I
I
think the
agree.
thing that Henny did say when we were talking about this was like, I think she expected more too because Nike and the ties they had to Cole Haan or whatever. And you know, she's like, you already had the like you already
could've
know
been
what it
doing
should be for a
this.
loafer, and
Yeah.
like you're kind of just coming with this. Like it's kind of like because of that, the expectations are a little bit higher. I feel like.
Yeah.
I did put this in there just because it was random, but this Vomero Premium has the thickest fucking sole.
Holy
It's that 55 millimeter sole.
What are we doing?
What is going on?
That's a lot of ounce for your bounce.
That's pretty big. It's pretty thick.
And it's a running shoe. Didn't they get in trouble for having like
There is one shoe that like they're not people aren't allowed to race in or something.
Yeah, because there's too much cushion or like bounce in them.
the
so-
bounce for
yeah.
sure.
I kind of want to try them on though.
I'm curious.
They look
to
like they're
see.
comfortable
Yeah.
as fuck. They got Zoom.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. It's like so. It's like
I wonder if
Did you guys
October.
get- was it a Vomero that they were pushing during
Pegasus.
the?
It was a Pegasus Premium.
Okay.
Right? The new-
No,
during
because
the
I
run?
feel like there were like a few.
different
Like,
shoes.
yeah.
Yeah, the premium was. I never got one, but the
Thought you
premium
did get
I
them.
didn't.
What-
I didn't.
what shoe did you-
I have the Vomero 18,
Okay.
and that was the main one throughout the thing. But the premium
Oh.
too.
Yeah, okay,
Leah
yeah,
got
yeah.
them
Okay.
in the black and red, and I think the white and orange.
Orange.
The white
I had
and
the
orange
white
is
and
really good.
orange
Henny
ones.
has those
Yeah,
ones too. I
yeah.
think.
I need it.
I want them. I just didn't buy them. I didn't want to buy them.
I
They're
think
a
I have to
little
go back and I have to ask my brother, but I think I trialed the Vomeros for the
This
Juneteenth
one?
run.
Oh
No,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
those. There's no. If they had brought those out, I would have been like, sorry.
I'm scared
but
I
no.
would roll my ankle in these.
right.
Yeah,
They're a little high.
And they give that shape up.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
they
want.
do have that.
It's like
shape
one of
up.
those things that feels like, even though it's a runner shoe, like it's made more for you to like walk around.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if.
Run errands.
Yeah,
Not
Like I don't.
running.
Yeah, I don't know if I see myself running up and down some hills or like because it just is.
Yeah,
It feels like-
yeah.
And then, and then it has the air on the side, like the up tempo, like all big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
You don't like
that.
them either.
Fritzy said,
He said,
get
yeah.
this
Nah.
bullshit out of my face.
You're not with it. Understood.
Okay, one more thing before we get into urban necessities. I forgot to mention this last week, but Martine Rose is doing another shop
Oh yeah.
right here. I like that this is a simple colorway.
Did they drop these at Paris Fashion Week?
These were
Or
6
is
stock.
it-
No, it was presented in their spring summer 26 looks.
Okay. So next year we're getting them next year.
I really like these, but I did ask Henny how she felt about these.
What'd she
Because
say?
she is the Martine
Martine
Rose
Rose.
girly
The Martine
pop.
Queen?
She is. She's like. No,
Go
that
up,
was the
go up
UN
a little bit.
stuff.
Right there.
She said, I'd caught, but it's nothing we ain't seen from them before. She's like, I'm ready for something different.
Well, since she said y'all trash,
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't,
Beige
she did not
rage.
say that in all
She
those
did not
words.
say that.
I
what
kid,
did she
I
send
kid.
us?
Huh?
Did she just send us some?
She sent us.
I get. She wanted more.
Whoa, what? Who is she like?
Wait, what? Okay, we'll get to that.
Because
later.
that's Marcus. Talking about the draft. You know the whole boy.
Yo, yes.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know what the first post was.
Yo.
Oh my god!
Did you
love
see
her.
his
He has to
video?
come on the pod.
He has to. Did you see this video where he was like a Dodger thing and he swung his leg like a bat. I was like, oh my God.
Wildin'.
Niggas, man.
Oh my God. Okay,
Wow.
let's get into this before we talk to Eazee a little bit. I know we're not trying to keep it super long today, so... But Urban Necessities, you guys, shoe surgeon versus 2Js has literally escalated over the last week. We briefly talked about this, you know, what was it that came out? Oh, we seen Corgi's repost about go get your shoes from UN. They not paying people back. You're going to get effed over.
And then within the week, like JC then finally came out with the whole like
it was like a 10-minute long video. Did you watch that?
No.
I watched it over lunch and it was a lot of
it.
information.
Yeah, he finally like just broke down like the whole timeline.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the timeline of events.
Oh yeah, because I think Nice Kicks broke it down.
Yeah, Nice Kicks broke it down.
Like, thank you.
Did I?
Whoever did that?
Yeah, because it was like
you were
a
doing
lot
the Lord's
to like,
work. Okay, but I guess it happened back in it first started in 2020. No, 2022. Where I guess he was trying to figure out like, you know, next steps for Urban Necessities, and he then came across
yeah, well, they met at SneakerCon. It says May 2022. My mom's calling. May 2022, 2Js meets the shoe surgeon in Dallas and Mebo at SneakerCon. So they have this relationship. And this is also at the time when 2Js, you would see him roll up to SneakerCon with stacks of cash.
Of money.
Buying out.
Everybody out.
Buying like $30,000 deals. Like, I'll take everything you got right now.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think he said that he felt like it was getting too big for him to handle. So that's why he was looking, I'm assuming that
like
for other like investors and stuff, and that's how he came across was it Dom? So this whole shit is going on, and he finally like signs a contract with them, but not realizing that. And then months later, after he signed this contract with them, he finds out that like the whole contract he was basically signing over all his rights,
but also while taking liability, which is insane. Because it's
for
like
anything that happened.
When he talked about it, like when they started working together, he said it went on for some months that they had no contract. They were just kind of like on good faith of each other, you know? So
and then finally,
they finally like did this contract. He ended up buying him out. I think the number from what I remember was around like $3 million or something.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Because Bima actually talked about this. He dropped a video this morning.
I forgot to watch that video.
It was really good, and he is not wrong, because he's like, who's the real victim in all of this? These two are the consumers, because are not even the consumers, the customers, I should say.
Yeah.
Because like they're the ones, like the people with their shoes in the store, the people who have been in the comments, I guess, have been saying like, I haven't gotten it paid. My shoes sold so long ago. I think at the same time, like Shoe Surgeon tried to pop up and like rebuttal this and say that when he got involved with them, like when he signed these contracts, Jay was already in like mismanaging funds, tax stuff was going on, and he said he had to take all that on. But then it was kind of weird because, like, to your point, he's like, when 2Js realizes what's going on, he's like, I handed over all of the
my right.
It was his ownership to Shoe Surgeon, and then he's like held liable. So now all this shit's coming to like a head, and Shoe Surgeon just finished his fucking Nike suit on top of that.
Yeah. So he's in some deep shit right now.
I think something like
they settled.
Yeah, it was a couple
finally settled.
Urban, I'm gonna find it right here. Hold on. They reached a settlement. 60 million. The complaint sought over 60 million. Did it say how much he paid in the end, or was it?
Or is that what he needs to pay?
I am not sure, because I know that's what Nike was going for.
An undisclosed amount.
Okay, so it wasn't 60 million, but that's what Nike was going for, and
that's insane.
I mean, do we, not to like completely get out of this conversation, but do we see like Shoe Surgeon making a comeback from this? Do you think
it's going to be really hard? His name's kind of not to say like tainted or like canceled or anyway. I mean, but like it's just not a good look right now. Anyways,
I think one of the things Bima said in his video was just like, you can't make hundreds of replica Nike sneakers like that. You're not even like, you're just customizing and think that you're not going to get away with it. You know, it's a few, like, you know, people make a few customs. That's like one thing, but then you get over into like copyright issues. Like, it's like, where does that line draw between like, you know, customizing and then taking something as your own? And like,
he was also like collaborating with like different brands. I went to a shoe surgeon, like, I think it was Oreos or like Kit Kats event or something like years ago. Yeah. And like he's customized for all these other different brands, but using Nikes and Jordans and whatever. So
it's really weird.
It's a weird time. Yeah.
It's a weird time. Nike.
We've never seen anything like this before.
Nike is not letting anybody get away with nothing.
They're coming for everybody right now.
They're going to protect the brand.
Yeah. And like, can't be mad at it because it's literally their shit. Yeah. You know?
But as of June 2025, the Department of Taxation seized 4 of 2J's and his wife's accounts at the Urban Necessity account. This was something he said in his video, that his wife's name should have been taken off all this shit a long time ago, but he never did. So her name's in this shit too. And all the while, his wife is battling stage 4 cancer. Which is like, I mean,
it's a lot to go. He sold they're selling their house just so that he could pay for everything that he feels like he needs to pay for, and that is on top of all his wives and all his family shit. You know, like that's a lot to fucking deal with. Yeah, you know?
Like I think everyone wants to have empathy for that situation, but it's also like it's a sticky situation.
It definitely is. But I low-key I side with JC more because
absolutely,
because at least he's taking accountability for all of this. You know, it kind of seems like Dom is just like kind of trying to brush everything under the rug, or whoever is owning Urban Necessities or whatever right now. Yeah. Like, it just seems like they're just trying to, they're not trying to talk to anybody about where their money is, about where all their consignment money is. But I also feel like people pushed JC to talk now because they still felt like he was a part of the brand, you know? So that is mainly why everything's coming up. He's actually also trying to get full ownership back of Urban Necessities, but also not trying to pay for all the shit that happened in between where he wasn't an owner at all and wasn't even part of the company at all. You know? At least he's taking accountability for his shit. Or whatever he feels like he messed up in and whatever. So, yeah.
I want to see how, I mean, it's already messy, but I want to see like how far this goes, because this is like the tax people are coming for you.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, it's definitely messy and it sucks, but like I hate anytime you have to be on social discussing legal matters.
Take us out the group chat.
So like I think that's part of why I haven't dug too deep into it.
Yeah.
Once I see 2 men going back and forth on social about personal, whether it's business or personal, but like should be private, like I can't take it. I have to take it with a grain of salt.
Well, that's why I feel like JC's only making it public because everyone was like tagging him, telling him to say something, but he wasn't even like,
because I don't think people really knew he was separated from you.
No, I mean like so.
And he never talked about. And this is like
the only reason I know because you told us after you had a conversation with him.
Yeah, and this is like 3 years of him not even dealing with the brand at all. You know, so that's why I felt like people pushed him to say something, and that's why he's making it public because it's been a public thing. You know,
no, I mean it's definitely like there's a pressure that you have to like deal with. So from that standpoint, him stepping up, but it's also like, is there a way y'all can, and I think on the other part of that, you gotta make sure you got the right lawyer.
That was the other thing for him to say, like, he didn't realize all this till down the road. I'm not blaming him and being like, this is your fault, but like, as a businessman and you have that high of a business. I forgot how much I think Bima said, like, you sold this for $3 million and you're generating like $21 million a year. We've seen those UN prices. Why don't you have a lawyer looking over these contracts? Like, that's what I'm confused about. And I don't know.
From working at a consignment shop too, like, there's a lot of dirty deals in
there absolutely is
consignment shop world.
I can see it.
I've dealt with a lot of hardship working at a consignment shop and have seen what happens when investors come in and the toll it takes on a store owner. The way shit gets sticky, especially when money gets involved. And especially when you're a consignment shop and you owe people money.
Yeah, you owe people
money.
And
it's literally their money. Yeah. Also, side note, Riff got on Twitter yesterday.
Did they? What they say?
It was like, we own 90% of our inventory.
Shout out to Riff.
funny. So does Soul Supremacy. Soul Supremacy, Riff, Flight Club, they own most of their inventory.
No, I think those are the important things. Like a lawyer, anytime you're getting into ownership, is essential because there's so many legal things and so many loopholes, and that if you don't understand it, or have a lawyer to break down at least part of it, then you see things like this happen, and then you get a side or both sides jumping on the internet, like trying to either be accountable or absolve certain blame because it's like, no, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. But when I'm thinking as a business owner, I'm like, how did you not?
I feel like
the deal that big.
Investors though are sharks.
Oh, absolutely.
And they take advantage of
I've seen it on my own personal friends' businesses.
For sure.
I worked at such business.
And that's the thing, is like, I think we've all seen it, but I think like the sneaker industry has been so crazy with like the money.
And that's why investors are just like, let me just
give
money.
Investors
so
are ready to go, but like on the back end, you have to kind of understand how much stuff is valued, or like you have to protect yourself to some degree. So I'm not saying that he didn't protect himself fully, but in some cases, because I don't know enough details wise, but it's like, sir, did you?
You could have done better. Yeah.
You didn't. So
I think we all agree with
that. And I think all of them kind of have some sort of accountability or blame they have to take. It's just, I don't know who deserves more at the time, or more it's like, okay, you were just ignorant to that and it snowballed, or it's like, yo, you not knowing this piece is why you're here. So, and you just never know what those things could be. But
what is this though?
This, I forgot to talk. Okay, the Fat Joe shit.
Oh boy.
Okay, I didn't even read into it that much, but I know there's like with his sneaker store in New York, they're talking about there's like some Diddy shit up in here. Henny sent it to us too. I didn't even read all of it. I haven't even gotten to go into detail. So like, but she said there's like allegations about minors.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's like some shit in here.
Okay, I did see something about him selling off like a bunch of his shoes.
Yeah, but somebody was like, this makes sense, like why so many months ago he was selling all these expensive ass samples.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did not know that.
But it's like, it's something to do with his store Up NYC. I'm not really sure of all of the details and what is involved all the way, but this, I forgot about this and forgot to put it in the notes.
Okay. Someone break this down for us.
Yeah, somebody,
please.
I'm going to come back next week, y'all, or we'll see. Are we, I don't know. We might have a message for you at the end. But yeah, I really am still trying to figure all this out, but
I feel a lot of things are just getting exposed.
Yeah, that is very true. A lot of stuff is getting, a lot of legal stuff is getting exposed this week. Damn.
Like this thing says the store employees facilitated credit card fraud and unauthorized resale of exclusive merchandise and served as a shell front for laundering and illegal profits. Up NYC was utilized strategically to inject illicit obtained cash into seemingly legitimate business transactions. Revenue streams from unrecorded or off-the-book retail sales transactions, as well as funds derived from wage theft, were systematically commingled, and it continues.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so there's definitely like some fraudulent shit. What does this say? It says the enterprise then stripped tracking tags and internal monitors from these high-demand sneakers. It resold them through Up NYC and affiliated resellers for inflated prices, often between $700 and $1,000 per pair of shoes, with a $200 retail price. I guess like it's saying too, harming Foot Locker, Kith, and Stadium Goods, which were contractually barred from similar conduct.
Oh.
So I want to break this down more and talk about it because
yeah.
Joe got a sneaker Rico?
Yeah, literally. Right? Like, that's like they were talking about like fake transactions, and then I haven't gotten to the part to where Henny said, "Oh, this was one of the things." Defendant Cartenga paid for cosmetic body modifications, including breast augmentation, BBL, and making her one of several minors in his inner circle.
Oh my God, he was paying. Oh, that's crazy.
Arranged for females to be flown out between New York and Miami to join him at events, studio sessions, his Aqua Island home, Airbnbs, and hotels. He directed his staff and tour managers to book travel, pay cash allowances, and cover hotels for these minors while maintaining control over their movement and access to resources.
Through the store? Through the store's money? What is happening?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. What the fuck?
It's ugly out here, yo.
I don't want to say it's not surprising.
I mean,
I don't want to say from a standpoint of who he is, but more of like when you're thinking like the Diddy case, right? It's like
now it's like nothing
so
really
many
surprises.
people are probably laundering or moving money through these other enterprises.
Absolutely.
So for Fat Joe knowing his stance in like sneaker culture, so like his story, because it's like Terror Squad as a record label isn't like this multi-umbrella kind of thing. So I could see with the sneaker store, not condoning any of this.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
you know what I mean? Like
you could see how it would easily happen.
This is where you've been moving your thing. Okay.
And I think I don't know when all of this, the timeline of all of these events, but when we look at like sneaker resale a few years ago, it was very common for sneakers to be $700 to $1,000 easily, depending on like what
especially
it was. And
when there wasn't that many places, so you were paying that price because there wasn't anywhere else to fucking get in. And now it's like everyone has a fucking store, so yeah, the prices fluctuate and they're a little bit down right now, but
yeah. But there was a lot of news. We want to get into Eazee.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I know we talked a little bit about like what you do creatively and everything, but can you remind the people, since we have more energy today?
Yes. So
and what you're working on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can talk about it.
All
right. So I'm creative director. I know it's like one of those loose terms that goes around. But career-wise, I started off as a graphic designer. So from there, it went from graphic designer, art director, and now creative direction. So let's see, like last month, I just wrapped up like a year-long campaign program project with our friend Jazzy. Her True to Size agency. We were working with Adidas with the project called Adidas Legacy. 4 cities, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, LA. And it's basically like grassroots marketing and partnership for like high school, inner city high school. So we did basically like an activation each month that was either for the coaches, the teams, and or the communities, like all together. One of my favorite parts that we did something for Women's History Month. So we did like a wellness retreat in 4 cities for all the like female coaching staff.
Cute.
So like we really liked it like as a team because it was very intentional. So like we wanted to send them somewhere where they felt like they had a safe space, but also where it's not a competitive setting for women. More like,
I love that.
We want to be able to put you guys and honor you guys for contributing to like these kids and what you do every day, but like, and also getting to know the other coaches except for like yelling at each other from the sideline. So like we gave them, they started off with like a breath control and like yoga kind of thing. So we provided customized mats.
Oh, cute.
And like when they came in, we had like these water bottles, and it had Ladies of Legacy. The designer I worked with, she did like a whole like custom lockup, and like she illustrates too. So it was very dope. And then after that, they had a brunch. So they were fed, and then after the brunch, we took them. We had a customization area for like the shoes. They got to make their own fragrance. They got massages. So like they got to kind of rotate in between. Cool. But what was so cool about it was like one of those things where everyone kind of gets to interact together. And like I think it was like 10 to 3. It was like 3-4 hours. But like the women, at least for LA, because I was the one I attended, did not want to leave.
I wouldn't want to either.
No, but like it was so rewarding to see because it's like
they don't get that.
They don't get that.
You created like a safe space,
and it was like they got that time, and also like we were talking about it from a like demographic age wise.
It was so different. So like some of these women have been coaching for a long time. So you're like 50 years old. And then, you know, you got some girls like, oh, it's like my first or second year coaching, or like I was helping this and they moved me into coaching, you know, 20s and 30s. So seeing them all being able to kind of like exchange stories and pleasantries and stuff like that was really cool.
I think that's nice because they don't really, a lot of places or not a lot of brands and stuff usually focus more on the kids.
Yeah.
And not so much on like the coaches or the adults that are like really helping them out. And stuff.
So that was cool. And just like we ran into like two of the coaches. Like the last event we did was like an unofficial all-star game for the kids in the program.
That's cute.
And like one of the coaches was like, yo, like I really enjoyed the Women's History Month thing you guys did. Like it just felt so intentional. I was like, cool. Like that's what we
that was
wanted.
the point.
So but just like to hear their stories was really good. So now we're just kind of waiting to see if like we get season 2. So
that'd be nice.
Hey, Stripes. Looking at y'all. But no, it was a very dope project. Besides that, right now, currently, nothing because the tariffs.
Yeah, the tariffs,
girl.
Right. I was gonna let y'all say it because I'm not good at it. But like honestly, just like talking to different people in different industries, like this administration, it's having a lot of effects on a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
Just like from a lot of the projects I was doing over the last year were like event experiential production based. So you have a lot of like brands that are like, well, if it's not for this event or this thing we locked in last year, like let's hold off, let's not do this. And just the pricing of things going up when the tariffs hit. It's like we were working on one project and the guy was like, all right, so can you order it today? And then I can make sure it gets to you for your event. If not, you might have to wait another 3 weeks because, and you know, it's like everything and you're dealing with so many different countries. And so it's been interesting watching that and just federal funding, DEI not being around has affected a lot of campaigns. Not campaigns necessarily, but projects for people. I'm talking to people and they're like, man, because of that, we can't really like pitch stuff talking about catering to this demo because then it sounds like you're doing a DEI initiative. And so you have people like revisiting certain strategies because it's like, you know, or certain agencies that were getting looks because, oh, this is a black-owned agency or this is a woman-owned agency. Now a lot of people don't have to have that kind of obligation or second look.
To book the, oh my God.
Wow.
You're just seeing kind of things like, oh, like there's definitely people who are still moving in the space, but it's it's very interesting watching like certain things like, oh,
everyone has to maneuver right now.
Happening. Or, you know, internally you hear rumors about certain brands like restructuring things or restructuring strategy because we can't sound like we're doing DEI because they might get mad.
Yeah.
Like,
that's insane to me. Yeah. Like I understand that's where we're at and what's been happening since the since inauguration day.
Yes.
But it just is crazy to really hear it. You know what I mean? No. Because it's like the fact that certain people in this country feel that, you know, DEI initiatives or anything like pro-black, brown, anything like that's not referencing white people specifically. Yeah. They take it as like a threat, or it's like it's not inclusive of them, and it's like I don't think people who feel like that and think like that don't understand the celebration of one culture and one people and whoever this isn't negating other people. Right. Like,
and I think it's also
it's catered to them to begin with.
Yeah, but it's a hypocritical standpoint because a lot of those people say that like you don't want like a one way of thinking kind of thing, or you don't want like a think tank in a sense, or everyone to be on the same accord. But what you're watching is people wanting everyone to feel the same way they do. Yeah. And then if you don't, it's like, oh, you have an agenda, or it's like, why would you not want a diversity level of like thinking or
different perspectives?
Like, I like getting different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like sitting here with y'all and being like, yeah, I'm not into loafer shoes. Yeah. You guys are like, well, the New Balance ones are great. Yeah. Like, and you know, and then you take that POV, but now everyone wants to be like, yeah, we like this and that's it. And if you like that, then it's like you're stupid or you're an idiot, you're ignorant. It's
you're
like,
wrong.
What's crazy on top of that is like we're basically talking about like critical thinking and on our own. But I seen this whole thing. It's not peer reviewed yet, but I seen the girl who wrote it and did this whole thing on the effects of ChatGPT and AI right now is in the future. If like it keeps going like this and people are overusing it, it's ruining our critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
Like she's like, this isn't peer reviewed and it's not going to be published because, you know, certain, if you don't know research wise and like scientific things, like it has to be peer reviewed. If you're getting like a paper that's something that's not peer reviewed, it's not like you can't really use it in like certain things like that, like college papers. It's not credible. Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So like, that's why she like put this out and she's like, it's not peer reviewed yet, but it's going towards that. But she's like, I wanted to put this information out now. So we're 8 months, 9 months down the road and it's gotten worse. She's like, ChatGPT is great, but it's ruining people's critical thinking skills. And to that point, wanting us to all think the fucking same is scary as hell.
Yeah.
And but you know, it's easier to just tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Like if you can consolidate where you get your info from. But I mean, you think about it too. Like when you think of sides, right? People go, "Oh, you think that because you probably watch CNN." Or like, oh, or you're this because you watch Fox News. But also, why do I want to get news from only one place?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what you think about it, what they think about it. And sometimes I watch stuff, it's like, when we talk about the news. Yeah. Like, I watch stuff that's, like, foreign.
I want foreign news channels.
What is Europe
because
thinking?
They're telling the truth.
Us, like, we're crazy.
What is, you know, because everybody's going to have.
Their media isn't as skewed and biased as ours, I feel like. You know?
A lot of it, too, is, like, when you think of, especially, like, me coming up in brand partnerships. So it's like your media is affected by the brands you're dealing with, the people, like, you know, so
many different brands, so many different people, and so many different people in power.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, when I'm working at Complex, it's like if you want to touch a certain group, you come to Complex, and then it's like, well, we're used to you guys telling a story this way, and then it's like, yeah, but this product doesn't even like. I know you want to win over new customers, but like what you stand for doesn't even make sense. Yeah, for the people you're trying to appeal to, but it's like. Everyone's trying to figure out how do we just get everyone in one line,
which is impossible.
And it's just crazy to watch. But yeah, it's like friend in logistics, and he's like, "Yo, like the industry crazy because the tariffs got."
Didn't even think about that.
I think it's really nice.
How it would affect that side of of the business.
But it's like it's hitting everybody in different ways. So it's like I have friends that are lawyers, and they're like, "Well, because of this is," and you're like, you wouldn't think. Sometimes it affects certain. You're like, what you mean? It's like, well, and it's like,
it's like a trickle down event.
It's like not even consumers, not even products. It's it really does affect everything else. Wow.
Yeah, but like, cause we're all so locked in like what we do. Yeah, you're just like, yo, he's fucking up this or that's, and it's like, but it's all like related, and it's just crazy to see. But you know, but on a good note, there are some opportunities that have been thrown in front of me, so we're going to see who's talking what.
Still a free agent right now?
Yes, I'm very much a free agent.
Do you like it? Do you like it better than being held down somewhere?
I do. Like at this age, I do because it's like one of those things. I'm kind of over the idea of loyalty.
Yeah.
Like being loyal to your friend is one thing, but like on a professional level, I like being able to walk into a meeting with a Nike and express certain views and then go to someone like Adidas and have a totally different conversation. Yeah. And not feel like because I'm working with them, you can't go over there. Yeah. It's like, why? You know what I mean? And
when you're tied down to an agency or something.
Or even like if you're doing it through a media platform, like when I was at Complex, like we're working with a bunch of different brands, but then it's like you can only talk under the guise of like what is Complex is.
Yeah.
Like I used to not, they used to tell me like I couldn't go on like podcasts and different stuff like that. It's like, well, what are you going to talk about? I'm like, I'm not talking about nothing that happens at work, man. But like,
what are you going to say?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, because everyone's wondering, are you in lockstep with whatever they're doing? And it's like, I think you get to a point where your job shouldn't define who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
agreed,
it's like,
I feel that same way because sometimes I go back and forth if I want to get a job. But I also don't like being managed like that. So I like the freedom, but I get exactly what you're saying. And it really is a freedom. It's a freedom to go wherever you want. You're not tied down to anything or anyone and everything. So like you can be as free and open as you want and have so many different opinions and perspectives on things.
Yeah, because the brand loyalty is crazy. Like trying to we love us some Nike Jordan, but I love dabbling in a New Balance loafer. I love being able to do Adidas shit, like
Crocs.
Exactly, being able to go to events like Phil's and then come back and be able to go to a Jordan event and celebrate both because we're diverse people.
But also we love shoes too.
Yeah,
and that also
general.
doesn't that shouldn't just be one thing either because there's so many out here too. But
I agree.
Are there any brands you haven't really worked with that you kind of like really want to? Obviously not aside from shoes, if that.
I dabble with the idea off and on of how close I ever want to work to a record label. Like I've always worked
music
with musicians, but I've never had to answer to a label. Not that I want to work at a label, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder if it'd be cool to like do more of this. But also, as I get older, the other thing is, I don't care as much about the new artists.
And we were just having this conversation in the car, kind of.
So like that's where it's like I know if you get thrust into that, then you're gonna have me
deal with that
all
too.
the,
new artists,
the TikTok generation. I'm like, I don't care enough about them, right? And then some of the artists you do care about, it's like where they're established at. What more are you bringing?
Yeah, true.
Or
so find that sweet spot.
In that lens, if you're like advising a label, it's like, what do I tell them about Jay-Z? Because Jay-Z's gonna come in and tell the label I'm gonna do what I want to do. So like, like how do you get to manage that conversation? So that's kind of, and then there's days like I was talking to my boy the other day. It's like, well, maybe I'll just take a boring ass job. Where like you can just close your laptop at 4:30 and not worry about work until you open it back up. But like I don't have to think about work again until I open the laptop. So it's like I've been in that space where you're like constantly working. And there's just days where I'm like, I don't care to like
I just want to be done
sit there for 14 hours and have 7 meetings and then come back and then like, damn, now I got 3 hours to figure this out before I want to go like have the rest of my life this evening. So
that makes sense.
It's kind of the
you have a good eye photography wise. Is there like, would you want to ever dabble more in that?
I've thought about it. But I think my fascination with photography is just because I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
And I like visuals. Like for movies, I've always been into the cinematography of things. Like as a designer, you have certain visions in your head. But like my joy in photography is just capturing random moments.
Yeah.
And just being able to kind of document the memory and not worry about, okay, and like all the technical stuff. But on the flip side, as a creative, sometimes like maybe you should just learn a little more about the technical shit.
Yeah,
like, so
like, just to have in your arsenal.
I think the funny thing about that though is like it's like, oh, I like to document these moments, but like when you see his photos, like he's in the rooms with like good, like legit people. Like you're not just taking random photos of like outside. Like you're in like big spaces with big people in these amazing rooms, and the visuals are really good. Like
quality,
I didn't even know until like Leah pointed out like the pictures in the house. She was like, Eazee shot all these. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that.
They're good fucking photos. I was like, this is something like somebody would pay for this shit.
You did a gallery before.
Yes. I think we talked about it on the last podcast.
There's talks about doing that again.
Yeah.
So
Are we gonna
if it happens, I'll let you know.
Can we?
Okay, I'll tell Sneaky Leak this because you know.
Leak
I have actually been playing with the idea of doing another exhibition.
Yeah.
But not with stuff that I've taken already.
Oh.
Okay.
Like it would be a whole new project. So I'm trying to think through logistics of that. And a lot of it I would involve my friends as like the subjects.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So if that was to go, there would definitely be
have a cameo.
Hey, Sneaky Leak, could you have some time?
You know.
So, but
Henny's in town.
No, for sure. So, we can talk more about the concept off camera.
Yeah, of course.
That sounds cool though.
Yeah, like I've thought of that, and that's kind of where the thought process of like learning a little more of the technical stuff, because I've never done like a controlled setting for myself. Like I've overseen photo shoots, like hey, boom,
but
and then
when
let
you're the
them
one doing it,
handle the technical. But now it's like from
That's
the
so
standpoint
funny.
of like, let me set that up and then go in and be like, okay, So
I literally was like, would you want to spearhead your own project in the future, like coordinate your own thing? So would it be something along like that?
yeah,
I love it.
I also want to do. I mean, I've done events before, but just now having experience from like on a larger scale,
Yeah.
like with brands, it's like I do want to do some sort of.
He got beef with someone
I know.
outside. I don't know who walked by, but he sensed it.
Somebody spun the block. But yeah, just for, like, from a standpoint of putting that together, whether it's a personal event but where it's like, oh no, I just did that and I like, there was a certain high I got when I did my first exhibit, because it was literally done all by me.
Yeah,
like I've
dope.
Got the printer vendor, secured the venue. Like I was literally in there hanging up all the stuff, and then like I want this way, this, and it was like when it all went up, and I was like standing in the space, and I was like,
yeah,
I did
like
that.
the personal
Yes,
satisfaction.
It was like an idea, and it's like I'm gonna just fucking try it. And then when it comes out, it was like,
whoa, shit.
Idea to reality is the best.
so like that was crazy.
that.
So that's one of those things where
we'll definitely talk about that some
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
You know. It's been amazing having you on this time again.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came back.
I'm glad you were free for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we close out, I wanted to talk about this because because this was a funny conversation we had a few weeks ago, and when I was on here and I was talking about Complex 50 top rappers list, and I was going in on Tyga, and then me and you had a conversation. You were like, "No, Tyga deserved to be," and I'm not saying he didn't, but I love the way you explained it because it was very, very valid. So can we talk about Tyga? I think what was he like 25 or something like?
Yeah. So trying to remember
because Eazee does know music, and I love having these conversations.
And he knows half the people are on the list.
He does. So when I was like, Tyga boy, he was like, wait, hear me out now. And I was like, fuck, you right.
Yeah, like Tyga's never been a personal favorite artist of mine. But when you think about the blog era and going into that, Tyga was one of the only people that was on the radio at first. Like Rack City was a thing.
Rack City was insane.
And Rack City took off, like, as much as he was signed to Young Money, Rack City took off on its own. That was him and Mustard. And that dropped, and it just...
I did forget he was...
And Quiet as Kept, like, to me, that influenced the record, the model to even be made by Drake and Wayne.
Yeah.
Like, it was that sound. But they didn't go to Mustard for that. Like, they basically try to replicate that energy. And it was like, Tyga had hits on the radio.
That's true.
Whether we liked him or not.
That's
but it was like, for the city... Radio wise, he was holding us the fuck down. And it's like,
he had bangers. When I go through,
he did.
When I go through my catalog, I'm like, you know what, Tyga in that time and his prime, and he still has like he'll pop out on some shit now, and like I think it is like his character and his personality. I'm just like, I don't like him.
Yeah, I think that's
but
what I think a lot of people.
You throw on, you could probably throw on banger after banger, and I was like, fuck, you're right. Like in music wise, which I think I was taking the list a little personally. But I was like, yo, you're fucking right. Like Rack City at that time was insane on repeat. Like, I mean,
bitches ain't shit. As much as that's not like as much as that's like not a radio safe song.
Oh, that
like,
oh my god, the clean version.
It found its way into like a commercial setting, and like
it sure the fuck did.
Like allowed someone like Nip to see the radio. Like it was just so many things where it's like, damn, yeah, Tyga's on that. Like, but I mean those lists.
Oh yeah, Tyga and Chris Brown had their whole album too. That was like
that album. Like
that
people
album,
love that album. Like,
it was on repeat at the time.
Songs on there where I was like, yep, all right. Like
snapbacks and tattoos. Like damn,
and
Tyga was on a lot of shit, guys. Like,
and it was just like, damn. But I mean, those lists are designed for you to get riled up anyway, and then everything is subjective. But it's like I was in group chats arguing stuff down, and it was like. Especially when it's people who are outside the city looking in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like you know. So it's like
someone was mentioning like Dom for something. I was like, Dom is the people's fucking champ.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, there are people that I know in cities like Detroit, Chicago, New York, Miami, Houston, where like summertime comes around.
Oh, and they're
it's like,
Dom.
And they're hitting me like, so Dom coming out with a new album or something? Because this feels like it needs to, and like he like personifies LA to so many people without being like the gangster image.
And let's be honest, like Larry June wouldn't be Larry June without that Dom sound. Like it's not the same, but it's very similar.
And I feel like Blast has taken up that mantle though.
Oh yeah, Blast. I love
as much as I love me some Dom, you know.
But
we also know his last few albums were not the best. And I feel like Blast has put the city back on to like those LA summers.
I love Dom's last album.
It was definitely better than the last one before that. But it's still.
I got a playlist that's like all Nip and Dom, and I play it way too much. But like,
Dom has his own playlist.
But it's like one of those things. It's like I tell was like, because even my boy, remember when Dom came at the pop out and the reaction he got?
Yeah.
So there were so many people like not from LA that were just like, "Yo, y'all fuck with Dom Kennedy like that?" And I'm like,
"Wait, you fuck with Dom Kennedy?"
No, but it's like. But I had to think about it like outside of LA, some people don't realize that same importance.
Yeah.
Like for them, they have rappers in New York or something.
That's like, we probably don't care about. That's but
like,
it's like
it's cool,
shit.
But it's like to them, that's what do you mean? So I think like part of the combo is like we were talking about a certain not like a Mount Rushmore per se.
Yeah.
But it was like from the blog area, I was like staple pieces in a sense. And I was like, it's like Kendrick, Nip, Dom, and I want to say, did we say YG or something?
Oh, yes.
Honestly,
no, what I'm saying, like, but it was in comparison because someone was like, how do you have Dom or something like over A, B, and C? And like one was like an old school act like Warren G. And I was like, Warren G is a great. But I was like, when you think of a catalog per se, I was like, outside of Regulators,
I was about to say Regulators.
Like, there's not a lot of things that people go back to across different generations.
Yeah.
I was like, Dom has things that people go back to his very first mixtape, whatever. But I was like, Warren G had a grand run, probably like his first two albums. But I was like, but you understand the importance of Regulators and a bunch of other things that he produced.
Yeah.
You know, Ain't No Fun verse and stuff where in perspective, like, yeah, Warren G's great. But I was like, but I would definitely say Dom is more impactful.
In
overall.
LA,
and just like I was like, because I mean, that's how the conversation landed. It was like, because when you think Dom, Nip, Kendrick, YG, outside of LA, those were people who got other cities' attention.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I was like, Dom was one of the first people to actually have tour dates outside of LA. You know what I mean? And then like I remember Tom was like, and also because in one of the group chats, my brother Thurs is in there, and I was like, and also don't ever forget that like you and I Pac Div, Dom and Blue to me really opened the door in like the blog era and really set that precedent for everyone else to kind of run through.
Yeah.
And then to me, like J-Rock and Nip were kind of like the embodiment of the old school gangster shit. That
absolutely.
But a new twist. And then I was like, and that was building. And then TDE just kind of built to a point where like when Kendrick came through and then Q and then
spearheaded all
it was like
bulldoze all that shit.
And then it was like boom, then everyone swung through. And I think a lot of people, because of the TDE, the magnitude of their impact, people forget like
the other
some of those other pieces. And like, but I was like, I get people now, like when Dom coming out with another one? Like it just feels like, can Dom come to this city and do a show or whatever? So like, and it's still an excitement in the air, even if like to you point as a big fan, you're not a fan of say his last two albums, but Dom still has a significance.
Oh yeah.
Like
even someone was asking me why I loved him so much. I mean, he got me through. He was my first concert. The first concert I ever went to was a Dom Kennedy, and I just found it in my screenshots the other day. It was like 2011, July 2011 was my first concert, and it was a Dom Kennedy concert.
Where was that one at?
It was it was on Sunset somewhere.
Was that the Roxy?
Key Club
or Key Club?
No, it wasn't Key Club. Was it? No, it wasn't LA Live.
So then it was the Roxy or Key Club?
It was either Roxy, because I went to.
Was the Roxy?
That sounds familiar.
It wasn't the one where Kendrick and him did She Needs Me, because I remember that
one. It was
okay.
a really small venue, and I think Casey Veggies opened up for him.
I think that was the Roxy then. I think that was the Roxy.
Okay.
And he did like back-to-back shows that night, I think.
I can't remember, but I do remember Casey Veggies opened up for him. But yeah, he's meant so much to me, and I literally grew up with him now. So yeah,
I think
we can go on and on about him.
We really can.
I mean, we saw Janelle almost freak out at Air Max Day.
Yeah,
I was like, just stay right here.
He's literally the only person I get starstruck over. Yeah. Okay, Cambridge, and it was hot as fuck. It was so hot, and I did almost walk out, but I was like, I can't. I gotta stick it out. It's my man.
She held it down.
Yeah, I think what year did the iPhone 4 come out? I remember I had him sign, like I was on like a Rock the Bells or something funny, and like I didn't have anything. When I met him, I was like, "Can you sign my phone?" Literally had Dom's signature on the back of my phone for a long time. I have a picture of it actually.
No, I'm like, where is that phone?
I actually have a picture of it.
We'll pop it in here because I actually have to get going.
She has to get going, but I'll find it.
Thank you again, Eazee, for coming on.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Obviously, you're always welcome to come on whenever.
Yes, you and Boba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you and Boba. She been knocked out the whole time. Man. As always, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. First off, Eazee, tell them where they can find you.
If Twitter, X, whatever, it's at Eazee. I'm not as frequent on there. I was a little crazy back in the day, but I've been a little subtle. And then Instagram Threads, Eazee though, EAZEETHO.
And follow us on Instagram at SneakyLinkPod. On Twitter now, SneakyLinkPod, and YouTube, SneakyLink Podcast, audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, SneakyLinkPod. And we'll see y'all next week.
Oh wait, before you sign off.
Yes.
One last thing. Because I don't think I said it last time.
Okay, what'd you say?
I'm very proud of the Sneaky Link podcast. So I think we're going into 2 years.
We are about to celebrate 2 years.
Yeah. So the first year was I made a lot of room.
We did. A lot of noise.
And you've been doing a lot this year. So
thank you.
Proud of you ladies.
Thank you.
Heather. I would also give you the same praise if you were here. So when you watch this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, proud of you ladies. So
thank you.
It was fun sitting on the couch.
Thank you so much.
Keep going. I'll see you at the events.
And just to make a note, we are going to be taking a little bit of a break. And we will see you guys soon. It's summertime. We got to enjoy it. We're going to come up with some things, plan some things, and 2-year anniversary party will be coming up in August. So keep an eye out for that on our social media. Anyway, this is another episode of Sneaky Leak Pod. Bye.
Bye.